We're joined now by Dan Casey, who is someone who knows a lot about this. And Dan, we thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. It absolutely does. And it seems like the income tax saving that you have is really not even the big part of this plan, because really the majority is, maybe 2%, 3%. Really, it's what the tax plan is doing for businesses that maybe can help your 401k, your IRA, your investments, because what is in that plan is something we've never seen for a long time and may never see again for our lifetime, which is these huge cuts to business. And you start getting into the trickle-down effect, which is a whole nother probably segment. But really, it's not about how it trickles down to you. It's just how it affects the businesses, because that's what's going to increase your 401k. I mean, people are already, happy because they're seeing their 401k statements and the huge gains that we've got. But really, that's where you need to focus on, because again, income tax is not going to be a whole lot. But for the market, you really want to focus on that, because there's some big things that are coming. Currently about 70% itemized. 70% take that standard deduction. And it's probably going to be more now, because like you said, it goes up to $24,000 for a married couple. The problem though is the personal exemption is going away, that $4,035. So if you have a family of 4 and higher, your deductions are going to be less, but that tax credit's going up, so it might curb that. So again, it really depends on your personal situation and whether you're going to actually save it at all on income taxes.
Moms and dads out there may be a little happy to hear that the child deduction actually goes up as well.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so that's what's nice, and that's what curbs some of the downside of the other exemptions.
It ends up doubling, right?
It's
$1,000 to $2,000.
It is. Yep. Exactly. So it's good. So really, right now, you need to think about where to position your money, and a lot of the Repatriation Act part of that tax code is confusing. But what it means is basically Apple has $250 billion overseas that they don't want to bring home.
Sure.
Because they say that they pay this big taxes, and now they're going to be able to bring it and pay very little taxes. So
let's take a look at the screen. Invest in small business, invest in companies and funds, and invest in financials. These are 3 tips that you have. If you would, from an elementary point of view, for those who are just waking up half open eyed with their cup of coffee, what do they do right now between now and the first of the year?
Yeah, so tell your financial advisor that you want to get a little overweighted in small companies. Again, biggest tax break we've seen in a long time for those companies. So sure. I have a feeling they're going to do very well in this coming first, second, third quarter, maybe all of 2018. So definitely there. Financials, because the Fed says they're raising rates next year, probably at least 3 times. Banks do great when they do that, right? Because they're making a lot more money. And then that tax repatriation thing I was talking about. Tech companies, again, Apple, they bring this money back. They buy their own shares, and it spurs the market.
One last thing, for those people who are able to do this to pay your January mortgage note now, that's people as well. Why is that?
And pay property taxes, because if you can prepay, just get as much deductions as possible this year, because next year you're probably not going to have them. Yep.
Dan Casey, good to see you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Happy New Year to you.
Same to you.